Greetings in love and kindness, family. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self-Healthcare educator and host of the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation radio show. Every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Community, this is your time to share your wellness stories and how you move from disease care to conscious self-healthcare. I want to hear your story. We want to hear from you. Join the conversation each Wednesday. Call in and share how you shift out of chronic disease care stress. Right here on innerlightradio.com, the healing frequency. This is Dr. K, and I am looking forward to our conversation. So call in and share. Health is consciousness, and healing is a function of consciousness. Come on, family. It's time to rock the world with the new frontier of conscious self-healthcare, while I share my wellness story with you right here on innerlightradio.com, the healing frequency. Move that body. Dancing to the beat. Taking that deep, 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 deep breath. Thank you for joining me. 7/15/2020, July the 15th, 2020. It's my Earth Day. I made it to planet Earth, enjoying myself. So glad that I did come aboard the friendship train down here on Earth, this way station, sharing today. So today, as I always do, is a gift that I give to myself, to give to someone else, to honor their life as I honor my life. Honor your conscious self-healthcare moves. Sickness isn't a disease. Be your own wellness doctor. This is a time, this is a season for truth and understanding about how this body works and what you need to do as the caregiver, the caretaker of your body. You should be your own wellness doctor and see disease names as locations of cellular malfunctions and symptoms as information for correcting the cellular malfunctions with energy, frequency, and vibration. Designed for self-care, self-love, and self-respect of the energetic and human body. Thank you for joining me on this friendship train and making conscious self-healthcare moves. Mental observation view is essential for self-success. Honoring this 10th year of Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day, which was celebrated April 30 of 2020. April is also designated as Conscious Self-Healthcare and Lymphatic Cellular Wellness Month. We have several awards that we give out during that time. This year, it was switched to be given out on July 15th of every year. So we'll celebrate on April 30th with a panel radio show like we did this year. And on July 15th, we'll give out the awards. I knew that there would be no candidacy for the awards this year. It's been that way for the past 4 years, but that's okay because the lines are opening good. But this year, we had a transition from one of our prolific healthcare providers, Tim Morrow, who touched my life so very much. So we will honor someone this year on July 15, 2020 for the Community Visionary Award, honors an individual, unique individual or organization. The Shirley R. Davis Hardy Senior Willology Award honors a senior 60-plus years of age. Calvin R. Russell Folks and Kevin D. Davis Children Conscious Self-Healthcare Award honors a child up to 17 years of age. The Hadari Abdul Ali Conscious Self-Healthcare Award honors an individual 18 to 59 years of age. You can still select and make your nominations for this year, even though the day was a day that we were supposed to honor these individuals. Somebody will get honored before the year ends. The last award and the new award this year is dedicated to Baba Tim Morrow, Common Sense Herbs, and Common Sense University So his award is Timothy Morrow Common Sense Herbs Conscious Self-Healthcare Community Activist Award. Honors the individual whose mission is to educate people on common sense healthcare education to make better healthcare choices for themselves. A lot of things happened to Baba Tim Morrow before he left. And I know that it hurt his spirit and it hurt his heart because it touched mine in the same way. He went through some things that a practitioner should not have to go through when they honestly say what they do and how they support a person. What happened to Baba Tim Morrow can happen to anyone. So I stand with the fact that we all need to speak up and say what we're doing is sharing corrective information. So today I'm honoring the life of Baba Tim Morrow with the show that he did with me back, I believe, in 16th. And I'm so grateful that I do have these shows with Baba Tim Morrow to share with you. So I want you to sit back as we do on the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation radio show. And you know, I'm your host, Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks. Sit back and take a deep breaths, activate your lymphatic system, breathe in deeply, cleanse and re-oxygenate your body on a divine level, and sit back and listen to Baba Tim Morrow as he shared with you. And I'll come back in about 17 minutes and have another conversation with you. Thank you for tuning in today. My celebration, my Earth Day.
Programming, you're listening to InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency.
On the high grounds. You are tuned to my real life radio show, Heart to Heart Healthy Living. Nine 13/2016. Thank you for tuning into my real life radio show, Heart to Heart Healthy Living. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks from Washington, D.C. Welcome. It's the Conscious Self-Healthcare Hour. It's time for you to sit back, take a moment, take a view, look at your life, and seeing how you're taking care of your health. It's time to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your very own prescription plan for optimal health and better living. So, you know how we do it. Take that deep, deep breath, take a moment, and get ready. Stepping on board the friendship train today. Once again, I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks. I'm your host. There comes a point in life when you must take full responsibility for your own emotional and physical well-being. Stop giving your power to people, places, and things. You see, you don't need a new set of beliefs. Move beyond a man-made mindset of human consciousness and harmonize with the divine consciousness. Yes, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the greatest of them all? I'm here to tell you, if only you could see what I can see with my magic mirror sight, how beautiful you truly are. In every facet of your being, I see amazing molecules, protons, electrons, and neutrons, vibrating, swirling, and dancing. It reminds me of when I stare into space. I see breathtaking fields of energy shooting across the infinite expanse of the cosmos. Everywhere I look, I see energy in its purest form. And so I know
Everything is energy, and you are energy. This is the Conscious Self-Healthcare Hour. Are you ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your very own prescription plan for better health care? Joining me today is Tim Morrow with some straight talk. Tim from the Common Sense of University and Common Sense Herbal Products. I'm going to share with you a little bit about Tim, and then I'm going to bring Tim in to have a conversation with us, see if we can sit down and take that view and see where we have our blocks at, where we are stagnated, where we are stuck, and why we are still holding on to that system of Western healthcare, cut, burn, and poison. And see if we can't do something better for ourselves, expand our awareness, and expand our consciousness. So when you visit commonsenseproducts.com, Tim says, I'm a master herbalist, iridologist. I study herbs and their medicinal use for over 25 years, way longer than that. He says, I am a living testament of what can happen to a person when he or she takes charge of their life, responsibility for their health. He's 82 years young, an old man by society standards, supposedly useless and no longer productive. And yet, he says, I feel great. I'm a pilot. I like to fly helicopters whenever I get the opportunity. I play tennis regularly, and I have regular workshops on herbs and nutrition. His youngest daughter is over 20 years old, and Tim was diagnosed with cancer of the prostate when he was in his 40s. And after 5 years of doctors telling him, treating him, and misleading him, Tim did the ultimate thing. He released them all. Bye-bye. He said, I decided that if I was going to die, I might as well do it on my own terms, since I didn't feel any better anyway. So he said he remembered going to the library and looking up the prostate. And he wanted to learn everything he could about the prostate and how herbs could help him change his life. And so he founded the University of Common Sense, I believe in 1985. And he has top-notch herbal products to continue to provide super pure 100% natural products to be readily available to his members, to their family, to their friends, to their neighbors at a moment's request. So if you have a desire to be well, then it is up to you as an adult to do something about it. That's why we have this Conscious Self-Healthcare Hour, for you to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your plan for better health care. Tim says your health is your responsibility, not the doctors, your parents, nor your children. If you are ready to take that responsibility, then you are ready for Common Sense products and the information that Tim is going to share with you today on my real life radio show, Heart to Heart Healthy Living, broadcasting live from the Washington, D.C. area. Today's topics that Tim is going to share with us: Common Sense Healthcare, how the body works, the systems of the human body; Conscious Self-Healthcare, the mind creates; brain self-healthcare, and why all those dialysis centers popping up in your neighborhood. Tim's known for saying growing old does not make us sick. It's growing sick that makes us old. I wanted to talk to Baba Tim Morrow. I hadn't heard from him in a long time. He has a lot of information to share. He's very wise. I honor his being. I honor his journey. Baba Tim, thank you for joining me on Heart to Heart Healthy Living once again.
My honor. My privilege honor. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I was listening to you talk about the things that I do: play tennis and fly airplanes and work out and skate and all that. And I was thinking, am I bragging? If I'm bragging on what God has allowed me to do. You know what I mean? He's allowed me to do this on what I've learned from it. And the thing is, I don't have anything that nobody else has. I don't want you to say, oh, yeah, but he's different. No, I'm not. I'm just the same guy like everybody else is that came to the realization that I have to take care of myself. Doctor, if there's only one thing that I leave with these people today, I want them to be able to understand. This is hard to internalize, very hard to internalize. But if they learn one thing from me today, if they could learn this and internalize it, we would never go looking for somebody else to heal us. Because what I want to share with you is that nobody on earth can heal you. You're the only person on earth that can heal you. And if we could internalize that, we would never go run into somebody else to make us well. You know what I mean? It would just, that includes running to me.
That's right.
Because you'd become your own doctor, and you understand that you were in charge. It's wonderful to be in charge of your own body. Ooh. It's wonderful not to have to go to anybody to be well. It's been 36 years since I saw a doctor.
Yeah. It feels good, don't it, Baba Tim? Feels good.
Oh, my God. It
feels real good. Family and community.
It's a new kind of freedom.
Can you hear that?
It's a new kind of freedom. It's a brand new kind of freedom. You know
so
what I mean?
Go to nobody on earth to heal you. You go to yourself. Go to yourself. Right. Self-care, self-love. That's what this show is all about. Honoring yourself. We're talking about a return to self-love. They got to return to self-care, self-love. Baba Tim, do me a kindness. It just came to my mind. There's a story that you share about a gentleman that was stuck in a box. You know what I'm talking about? And so this is the Conscious Self-Healthcare Hour, and so we got to get in the mindset of awareness.
Absolutely.
Can you share that story with the listening audience? And
I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to anyhow, because it is, first thing you have to do is make up your mind. In fact, God honors our mind, but he only honors a made-up mind. But that story that you asked me to tell is what I want to show people what your mind does. What role does your mind play? So I'm going to tell them this story about a guy named Nick. Nick was a big guy. I mean, physically he was a big guy. He worked in the train yards, loading and unloading trains. Nick was a good employee, got along good with other employees, dependable on time. Nick had one problem. He's always worried. What's going to happen to my wife? What's going to happen to my car? What's going to happen to my whatever? Just give him something to worry about. One day they gave all the employees off an hour early so they could go home and prepare for a party they were given to one of the foremen. Well, Nick was excused also, but somehow Nick found himself locked in a refrigerated boxcar. Nick knew he couldn't last the night in a refrigerated boxcar where the temperature gets down to well below zero. Nick beat on the doors until he was bloody, screamed until he had no voice, but nobody heard. Everybody was at the party having fun. Somewhere during the night, Nick found a piece of cardboard on the floor, and he had a pen in his pocket. He wrote on the cardboard, "Getting colder. If someone doesn't find me soon, these may be my last words," he wrote. And sure enough, that's what they were, his last words. Next morning when they opened up that boxcar, Nick lay slumped over in the corner, dead. Furthermore, the autopsy said Nick froze to death.
Tim, excuse me. I want everybody to hear what's going on. We got some static in the background. You got some conversation going on in the background that we hear real clear.
A lot of noise in the background.
Yeah, we can hear it real clear. It's going over top of you.
Oh gosh, you don't know who that is?
Yeah, somebody in your office. Maybe you can talk up a little bit or ask them to. We can't hear you.
Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, the next morning they opened up that boxcar and Nick lay slumped over in the corner dead. Furthermore, the autopsy said Nick froze to death. The enigma to the story was that the boxcar that Nick was in that night was in for repairs on the refrigeration unit that did not work. And the prevailing temperature in that boxcar that night was 61 degrees. Look at Nick. Nick froze to death in a slightly less than room temperature boxcar because he knew he was in a refrigerated boxcar.
Hello?
He just didn't know that the unit didn't work. That's where it is. You understand? Nick froze to death. It was 61 degrees in there. So what part does your mind play in this? This is especially true of the people who are on the dialysis machine. Everybody on that dialysis machine is on there out of fear. They were fearful to get on and twice fearful to get off. It's fear. When fear has you have to overcome the fear. You have to overcome the fear any way that you can, but you have to overcome the fear because you'll always be fearful of your own body. Don't forget, we are fearful to live in our own body, a gift from God. But the powers that be have told us, you be afraid of your body is in there doing you in. We're going to catch it in time so you don't die from it. No, it's not. Every 90 days you got new blood. Every 11 months you got new organs. Every 2 years you got new bones. Does that sound like somebody trying to kill you? In fact, that sounds like somebody's trying to not only make sure you live, but you're strong because daily that's changing, and that's what we need to do. Understand that everything that you feel in your body, we go, oh my gosh, I got to go see the doctor. No, that's the body adjusting to something that you did to it. Listen to it. Listen to your body. It'll talk to you. It'll let you know. It'll even let you know what to do. But the main thing is, don't be afraid of your body. And so when you can stand up and be counted rather than lay down and be counted out, that means you are in charge. And you have to remain in charge. Because what has happened in America is we're no longer the captain of our own ship. The doctor, everything. Everybody is in charge of your body but you. Here in California, you can't even protect your children from a shot. The state has every right to take your child away from you and adopt it out to a bunch of pedophiles. That's what happens. That's the reason why if you don't wake up, you're going to find out you're not the captain of your own ship, that the state is. If you can't protect your body, you also can't protect your property. Are you there with me, Doc? Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? Are we live, Jamal? You know I can't tell. Send me a note. This is a portion where I come back in live, Jamal. Jamal. Am I live? I've just sent Jamal a message. I should be live, but I can't tell. He got to send me a note so I know that I'm talking live. The year 2016, a couple of years after my mother made a transition. And you heard the information. And you got to understand that in this day and time, nobody can heal you. Only you can heal you. That's why you must become your own wellness doctor. Definitely during this time of this COVID-19 epidemic that they're bringing around the world, trying to confuse you, taking your breath away, stagnating your lymphatic system, creating a dam in your body. You need to understand what's going on. And that's why I love the message that came from Reverend Ike, Thinkonomics. Thinkonomics is a way of thinking that gives you the opportunity to learn the truth about yourself. This is the time to learn the truth about yourself and where you truly are. And this is a time that maybe be transformed by the renewing of your mind, taking that responsibility, because no one can be your healer. Only you can be your healer. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the greatest teacher of them all? Your own life. Look at your own life. Look at what you've been doing. Make the shift. You don't need no one's permission. You don't have to argue with anybody, talk to anybody, persuade anybody. Take that damn mask off and breathe. You got to breathe and oxygenate your body. Don't let them put these masks on our babies to go to school. Keep them home. The child knows best. Watch them. They're trying to teach us something and tell us something. Stop being afraid. Stop thinking it's an opportunity to make money, to advance yourself. This is a crucial time in our life right now. And how are we going to stand up? Once again, I'm Khadijah Davis-Foulks, host of the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation Radio Show. You can learn more about what I do by visiting ConsciousSelfCare.com. 1S connects conscious and self. Step up to quantum health and healing. Become your own wellness doctor. See how your body works energetically. You know what to do with the biochemistry of the body. You know how to treat it. You've been hearing it for years. It's time to put certain things in practice. And most definitely, it's time to shift out of chronic disease care, stress. Everybody's under stress, whether they know it or not, and it's time to shift, relax, and breathe and understand what's going on. Baba Tim Morrow left us a great message. He left us great products, and he left us growing old does not make us sick. It's growing sick that makes us old, and they're doing it right now, and you are doing it to yourself by masking up. It's time to mask down. Take it off. Stand up. Understand what's going on, and you ain't even got to fight to do it. Just do it for yourself. That's all you have to do. And take those deep, deep breaths and support that lymphatic system. So what I'm going to do is I want to finish the conversation that I had with Baba Tim Morrow in 2016, and it's going to carry the show out. I don't know how Jamal may be able to put in the commercials and in regularly, and you can always listen to the full show on my YouTube channel, K Davis F. I have several shows out there that I've done with Baba Tim Morrow, and to all the holistic energetic practitioners out there, you need to be conscious of what you're doing and how you're doing it, and we all need to stand up for one another and support one another when certain things occur in our field and they want to take us in a direction that we are not in that direction. We are not speaking in terms of Western care. We're speaking in terms of the truth of how you take care of the energetic and the physical body, and that's it. Medicine can have their pathway. Nobody wants it. Even the damn doctors don't want it anymore. They don't want to have nothing to do with how they do things. And it's time for you to become your own wellness doctor. And that's my goal here on the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation Radio Show as I share my wellness story with you. 63 years and moving strong and feeling good even though the stroke happened. I really can't tell it. Even though my body stays in a vibrational state, I'm able to move around and do the things I need to do, and everything is fine because what? I make Conscious Self-Healthcare moves. Mental observation view is essential for your success. So thank you for tuning in today, sending me the vibes on my Earth Day. We're going to finish listening to Baba Tim Morrow. You'll hear the commercials, and go visit my website. And for somebody you want to honor for one of the awards, do so. Thank you for tuning in and breathing with me today.
With Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit the website forcelllife.com. The number 4, CELLLIFE.com. Have the courage to expand your horizon and reprogram your cellular activities. Call Dr. K for your 15-minute wellness consultation. 202-248-7749.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Talking about health education for longevity and peace. Had a little bit of interruption, but I love it when that happens because that means that we are in sync with the divineness of the universe. Whenever we have any type of energetic vibration to come in and cause some static. Same thing that happens in the body. Energetic vibrations are off balance, which throws the biochemicals off balance in the body. So you're tuned into my real life radio show, Heart to Heart Healthy Living. I'm Khadijah Davis-Foulks. They call me Dr. K. I'm from the Washington, D.C. area, and my co-host joining me today. So powerful, that's why we have it all in static, but we're going to make it through this hour show today with Tim Morrow from the University of Common Sense. He's here to share some of the divine information with you. You can call in if you like, 310-928-7733, 310-928-7733. I am having problems, so if I go back out again, Baba Tim know how to take control and handle the show. But I want to bring you back in tomorrow with this question that I have in terms of Western medicine sees the human body as a reductionist system. They keep everything separate. So the question is, the nervous system, the cardiovascular system, the reproductive system, the respiratory system, the endocrine system, the digestive system, the immune system, the urinary system, the integumentary system, and the muscular system. What do these systems all have in common, and are they linked together? Why do Western medicine keep them separated?
Well, because if you separate them and you have specialists in this or that field, they get a special type bonus money. But all those systems are dependent upon each other. That's the reason why you got to remember now, they got over 450 names for constipation. That's just for one thing. 450 names just for constipation. They got thousands of names that absolutely mean nothing. All those systems have to work off of, guess what? The nervous system. Mm-hmm. All the systems in the body have to work, or otherwise you wouldn't even feel it. Right. Because we feel through the nervous system. So everything that happens has to come through the nervous system. We never take care of that system, though. That system needs to work really. And where does it start? It starts in the brain. That's right. The central nervous system. And then it goes to every cell in the body. Everything is dependent upon the nervous system. So taking care of that system is, and nature has the greatest herbs on earth to take care of that system. I mean, the finest is the nerve system work with all of the nervines. Just take a look at all the nervines that are out there. Valerian root. That's what they make. That's what they make. That's what they make Valium out of. They take out the main property and mix it with a bunch of chemicals and call it Valium. It's actually valerian root, one of the best nervines on earth. And one of the things that I do is working with the brain. That's the reason why you see me using that Head Start.
Oh, yes. Yes, I know about the Head Start. That is one powerful, packed, pure herbs. Yeah. I'm using that to help me support my eye. And I really tell you, Tim, I have to take 1, 2, and 3, and 4. The drainage, the fluid comes down so fast and gets trapped in your face, and your lymphatic vessels are not strong enough to help move that around in your face and start breaking out. But I'm down to doing 1 a day, but it really does the job. It's really getting that excess fluid and sodium out of the brain area. So that's
coming off your brain. That's coming off your brain. That's really why you want to. If that mucus hardens on the brain, become plaque, they name it Alzheimer's. So getting that mucus out, when you start taking it, you get a runny nose. Why? Because it's getting the waste out that keeps us from, it's good for the eyesight, hearing, taste, smell, memory, retention, recall. It's good for everything in the head.
I guess Hillary better get some. I guess Hillary Clinton. Now let me stop. They say she might have Parkinson's disease. Well, that's a nervous condition.
Yeah, but it's caused by drug taking.
Thank you.
It's an iatrogenic disease, and it can be any drug. It can be for blood pressure, diabetes. It could be for anything. It could be a baby aspirin. It will cause you to have. It causes you to have Parkinson's disease. But Parkinson's disease, Lou Gehrig's disease, cerebral palsy, they're all the same thing. They're all the side effect of taking drugs.
The side effects of taking drugs. That's why we should let herbs be our medicine.
Absolutely.
The side effect of taking drugs. The side effect. Chef Khadijah Davis-Foulks was on last week, and for the new listening audience that's not familiar with the term iatrogenetics, I'm going to let Tim tell you what that is, but in terms of Khadijah Davis-Foulks information last week, he was saying that he had crunched some numbers, and we are looking at Black Lives Matters and what happened to African Americans with the gun violence, and he crunched the numbers, and still more people are going to die from our actual genetics than the gun violence. So what is he actually saying to the community, Baba Tim? Actual genetics. Yes.
What is the? Well, you got to remember, you know, the number 3 killer is in America. You know what it is? The number 3 killer in America is drug taking, medication. Number 1 is cancer. Number 2 is heart attack, and number 3 is taking drugs for them. That's the number 3 killer in country, which actually means that's number 1, because you have strokes, heart attacks, and cancer from taking drugs. So it actually is the number 1 killer on earth, but it actually means, iatrogenics means doctor-induced diseases. And far from some basis charge embarrassed doctors named that term. There's more than 5 million cases a year of people being readmitted into the hospital for something that the doctor caused. And more than 1 million of us die each year from iatrogenics. In fact, that word means, translated from Latin to English, means made sick by the healer.
Made sick by the healer.
Made sick by the healer. We're being made sick by the healer. In fact, America, the pharmaceutical industry is doing to the American people what Hitler did to the Jews.
Well, yeah, and people are not even realizing, because you don't have freedom of your own health care. You put yourself in that system, and then you try to walk away from that system, and according to what you have, they won't let you walk away. They say the government owns you and your children.
Exactly.
So that's why the message here is to bury disease thinking, emancipate yourself from medical mental slavery, and take back control of your health care. Get out of that system. Stop believing in diseases. We create cellular malfunctions, imbalances in cell production, because we're not feeding the body properly, Tim, right? We're not sending the right vibration to the cells.
No. And it's something that you need to do something about. Not the government, not you and your neighbor. You as an individual can do something about it. The way I did it was, I simply don't go to the doctor. I don't go for anything. But I also realized what most people don't realize is that he can't help you. When you go to him, he tells you, we don't know what caused it. There's no cure for it. You're going to have to learn to live with it. That'll be $500. That's the first 4 things he says. Yeah. He's telling you he doesn't know, and you keep coming back. And he doesn't know what to do either.
Yeah. That's how you started off the show, telling everybody nobody on earth can heal you. You have to heal yourself. But we got a call on the line, Tim. Let's see if somebody have a conversation they want to share. They want to ask you a question. I think it's from Jamaica. You on the line?
Good afternoon, Sister Karen, Brother Tim.
How are you doing, my sister?
I'm doing great. This is Ingrid calling. I'm actually calling out of Toronto.
Hi, Ingrid. How you doing? You got a comment, a statement for Tim Morrow you want to share?
Yes. First of all, I want to say that Tim sounds very low, his voice.
Okay, Tim, maybe your mic moved away. I hear you pretty good, but maybe just bring it in front of you. Talk up a little bit more. We having some difficulties. Somebody don't want this conversation to happen because they know it's so powerful when you got Baba Tim Morrow, 80 years old, survived prostate cancer, had a child at 60, common sense products, best things on the market, but we're going to make it through. Tim, try to speak up a little bit so our listening audience can hear you.
I'm here. Is it any better? Hello?
I can hear you, Tim.
It sounds better now.
It sounds better now? Oh,
yes,
thanks.
You sound better.
You sound better, Tim.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
What you want to...
My question is, with all the technology a lot of us are using today, and I know some of the computers and stuff, they have screens, but is there any herbs that one can use for the radiation and things coming off of these devices?
You bet. That's the reason why I put together the herb called HPC12. It stands for hair, plaque, cholesterol with iodine. But the reason I had it is because I don't know whether people know this or not, but this is a very interesting fact that can save your life. The nemesis for chemotherapy, radiation, or all this microwave is sea vegetation. You understand? And here's why. Sea vegetation is anchored in the floor of the ocean, but its roots point toward the sun. Mm-hmm. It will overcome any kind of radiation, anything like that. And that's one of the reasons why I put it together, is because there's so many devices and so many things that would, but those people who are on chemotherapy and radiation, I've literally had people that come to me. They're going to have radiation, and they want the HPC12. They made up their mind. I can't talk them out of it. And they're going to take, I had a lady came here with the longest, most beautiful blonde hair you ever saw in your life, and it was real blonde, and lots of it. And she went for her chemotherapy. She started taking the HPC12 a month before she went on there, and she never lost a strand of hair. And she went through like 30 treatments. Never lost a strand of hair. You understand? So there's truly something to it. The nemesis for any kind of radiation is sea vegetation, any sea vegetation. And there's lots of sea vegetation. And that's one of the reasons why I put it together. Plus, it also works on your metabolism because it works on the thyroid. Right. So, yes, there's plenty you can do. That, and you can clean the blood, build the blood. The blood, God's not going to be outdone by man. Do you understand me? Man is not going to create something that God can't overcome. Now, there's something here because God didn't say, well, now, wait a minute, now that they got genetically modified food, I got to go back to the drawing board. No. He knew all this stuff was going to happen. You understand? And still the bottom line to everything is the herbs that God gave us. That's the only thing I can trust. And so, yes, you bet. You also strengthen that blood, make that blood, so that's the blood builder plus, that's what it's for, and the Superlax. If you work with those three things,
Superlax,
you can change your life for the better.
Superlax,
yeah.
Blood builder support, and it's HPC, Tim? What is HP?
Hair, plaque, cholesterol. That's what it stands for.
Okay.
So it's HPC12. And it's got 12 items in it. That's the reason why it's called that.
12 items in it. Okay.
Yes.
How'd that sound to you, sister?
Oh, that sounded great. I'm actually using a lot of sea vegetable, sea moss, kelp, and dulse is what I'm using at the moment.
Yep, that's it. That's what I got in there. That's what I got in there. There's plenty of dulse, plenty of the sea vegetation, plenty of it. And not only that, it helps your hair grow because it has sulfur in it also. The sulfur helps the hair to grow. So, yeah, it's God's got it here. All you have to do is just use it. You don't even have to believe in it. It'll make a believer out of you.
Well, I think one of the things, Tim, that people have to do is, from my perspective, is they have to let go the names of diseases and realize that the diseases are talking about cells is malfunctioning, organs is malfunctioning, systems is malfunctioning because they're not receiving the proper nutrition, the proper information. They cannot create the energy to maintain the power so that you can feel good, feel well, walk well. And then you're caught up with all this man-made frequency that's interrupting your energy in your human body field, that's causing your body to be out of balance and become stagnated with incorrect information. The same thing that we as humans are doing. We are processing outdated old information that keeps you in a fear-based state, having you believe that you're trying to prevent a disease when you're creating cellular malfunctions because you haven't properly learned how to care for the cells of the body. So you get caught up in this illusion, and they know this, and you choose to stay in a fear-based system instead of taking responsibility for learning cellular ecology, how the cells work, how they get in trouble, and what you need to do. Man come in and take nature, create it, change it, strip it of what it is, create a chemical out of it, and you believe that's going to correct you, and you're afraid to walk away from that.
Yeah, and it is. It's fear-based, but it works. Fear works. Religion's been using it forever. But fear works. Fear. I mean, people are always looking for something to be afraid of, and all you have to do is 11 o'clock tonight, turn on the news. They'll give you something to be scared about.
Well,
but you're right.
Why can't we put fear in there? You keep taking them drugs, you see what's going to happen to you. You're going to shut your organs down. You're going to stop your cells from functioning properly. Get rid of the drugs. Stop taking the drugs. Why we can't put fear in them with that?
Right. You know what it boils down to is that I don't want people to say, well, the reason why that's so is because Tim said so. No. Somebody's going to say, who the heck is Tim? But here's what I want to know. I want you to say, when you're talking about me, you said that Tim appealed to my sense of reasoning. Am I appealing to yours, you want to say? Because I don't want to shove this down your throat. Because this starts at the top. Doctor, this starts at the top. We just got this videotape called Vaxxed. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You've gotta look at all of Washington. All of our leaders are scared. They're scared about this disease that's going to fall up on you and just destroy the world. Where'd they get that from? But what they do is they pass that fear down to us. We're the herd. They've infected the herd with fear. You know what fearful cows do? They stampede.
Right. Bad cow disease.
Yeah, and that's where we are. We're so scared to live inside of our own body now. We turn on the television for the news so we can see what's next. Oh my God! And then we gotta buy insurance. You gotta buy insurance. You gotta prepare for your retirement. Why? Because in retirement you're gonna grow old and sick, and somebody's gonna have to take care of you. When you think that way, guess what happens? That's what happens. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
Yeah,
and the
that's
worst
your
part.
belief.
Yeah, the worst part of all this is we know that, but we can't get over the fear that they've instilled in us. We cannot get over that.
Common sense reasoning, too much information, too much inappropriate or incorrect education. People don't want to expand their awareness and look at the new information and see what the same system of doctors are telling you, how they had the new research has looked into the old research, and that what you've been living on and believing, like epigenetics, that you are a victim to your genes. Your genes has a tendency to express themselves, but that's based on how you think and how you feel and what you're telling your genes to do. But we still stuck with we're a victim to our genes. And when you bring people this information, they don't want to look at it as self-correction. It's for all these years, because I think that we don't address in the holistic alternative community that herbs are working on the cells. Herbs are supporting the cell's production. We say that herbs are helping you correct high blood pressure, cholesterol stuff. And those are disease names. So I think that's why people won't expand their awareness to realize that herbs don't correct diseases. Hell, the pharmaceuticals don't correct diseases.
That's right. But see, my problem is I got a problem with what you name it. I got a problem with the name of cancer. I got another problem with the name blood pressure. I mean, the blood pressure machine is 79 years old. I'm 82. So what was I doing? Waiting for them to make that machine so I could find out whether I'm well or sick? What am I waiting for them to make now so I can find out whether I'm well or sick? See, I got this problem. I don't need nobody to tell me whether I'm well or sick. I'll tell you. I'm the captain of this ship. There are no members of the crew. And what we've done is we've allowed the doctor to jump on our ship, and that's mutiny. Mutineers walk a plank until there ain't no plank left. And that's what we need to do. We need to get some...
Let's help one another. All of my sisters and brothers.
Is it time for a new approach to your health care? Are you ready to leave the dark ages of disease care management and pharmaceuticals? If your answer is yes, get ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal health care prescription plan with Dr. K. She is a certified anthologist and NEST healthcare provider, sharing the new science of information as medicine and cellular ecology. Did you know that the field of epigenetics states that you are more than just your genes, and those genes do not control your biology? Yes, that's correct. Schedule a Skype, phone, or office visit with Dr. K and get on board the friendship train to healthcare freedom. 202-248-7749. That's 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web for celllife.com. The number 4, the words cell, CELLLIFE.com. Are you at your wit's end because there seems to be no solution to your healthcare problem? Is it okay for me to say to you that you can have peace of mind? Take back control of your health. Are you experiencing anxiety, arthritis, diabetes, cancer, fibromyalgia, high blood pressure, lupus, chronic fatigue syndrome, any fictitious disease? Whatever your symptoms or diagnoses are, there is a conscious solution to transform the cause of your pain, not treat symptoms or mask it. No prescription medication, no over-the-counter drugs, no organs removed are required. Take back control of your health by the renewing of your mind. You can create wellness today. Contact Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, www.4, the word cell, CELLLIFE.com. Do you feel lost? Do you feel out of sync? Could it be that you are experiencing electromagnetic sensitivity? Yes, electromagnetic sensitivity. Could man-made frequencies interfere with cellular activity and melatonin production? We are beings of frequency, light, and information, and you are your own experience. Do not conform any longer to the patterns of man-made mindset of human consciousness. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Schedule your NEST Provision Human Body Field Scan with Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit the website for celllife.com. The number 4, CELLLIFE.com. Have the courage to expand your horizon and reprogram your cellular activities. Call Dr. K for your 15-minute wellness consultation. 202-248-7749.
Stay rabbi, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom 'cause all I ever have, redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Ooh, some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption songs, redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Oh, have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop at the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Yes, some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption songs. All I ever had, redemption songs. These songs of freedom, songs of freedom.
Wake up. Yeah.
Wow, family, that was a great show. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation Radio Show right here on Inner Radio. It was a pleasure having you tuning in. Now, you must tell a friend to tune in. And if you haven't called in and shared your wellness story, don't you think it's time that you help somebody with your wellness story? Call in, share your story, join the conversation. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, and I invite you to visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com. Or you can just go to the number 4, the word CELLLIFE.com. Leave me some information. I would love to talk with you. And once again, I look forward to you joining us next Wednesday right here on the Conscious Self-Healthcare Radio Show. It's a conversation where we uplift each other, where we share our wellness stories so we can help someone move from disease care to conscious self-healthcare. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday.